Hey everyone, welcome back to the Midnight Confessions. I hope you're all doing well tonight. We're back today with some news stories that we hope you'll enjoy. If you'd like to share your own experiences with us, feel free to email us at amidnightconfession@gmail.com. So, without further ado, let's dive into the story.
I've done countless night shifts as a delivery driver for small-town pharmacies, but nothing had ever prepared me for the night I was sent to Hollow Creek. The town itself isn't on most maps, a scattering of buildings clinging to the edge of a forested valley, but my dispatcher swore they'd just opened a new clinic there. I didn't mind the drive. Long nights alone were easy money, and I liked the quiet hum of the engine as the world slept. That night, though, as I steered down the overgrown highway, I had the distinct feeling I wasn't heading toward a town at all, but into some place that had been waiting for me. The clinic sat at the end of a dirt road, surrounded by trees so dense that even under the moonlight, they swallowed the light in a way that made the building look as though it were floating in darkness. Its facade was old, peeling paint, cracked windows, a faint metallic smell lingering from somewhere inside. I parked in front, the gravel crunching sharply beneath the tires. My phone pinged with a low battery warning, and the GPS had long since lost signal. Good. It always helped to feel isolated before a delivery. I grabbed the small package, a cardboard box wrapped in brown paper and stamped with the clinic's logo. It was simple, routine, but when I stepped onto the porch, I heard it, a faint whisper of movement from inside. Probably the wind, I told myself. The door creaked as I pushed it open, and the inside smelled of antiseptic, dust, and something else, something metallic. The lights flickered weakly overhead, casting long, uneven shadows across the tiled floor. I called out, "Hello? Delivery for Hollow Creek Clinic?" But my voice barely echoed past the reception desk. Nothing. Just the soft hum of the fluorescents overhead. I set the package down, noting the lack of any reception staff. That was odd. Usually, someone met me at the door. Then I noticed the elevator bank at the back. The doors were open, lights blinking erratically. Maintenance must be having issues, I thought. I stepped closer, and as I did, I felt the hair on my neck stand up. A draft, or something else. Before I could reason it out, a soft thump echoed from the upper floors. I froze, listening. Thump, 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 slow, deliberate. It sounded like footsteps, though the floors above were empty. This place is abandoned, right? On the second floor landing, I stopped dead. There, carved into the wall in something that looked like dried blood, were words I couldn't read. Go back. That was clear. Every instinct screamed at me to turn, but curiosity anchored me to the spot. The third floor was worse. The lights were dead, leaving only the weak moonlight streaming through cracked windows. Shadows danced on the walls in shapes I couldn't quite identify. Then I saw it, a figure at the end of the hall, standing perfectly still, black coat, featureless face, yet I felt its eyes drilling into me. I swallowed hard, and the figure vanished, not moving, just gone. My heart hammered as I realized I had no choice but to leave the package and retreat. I turned to run, and the elevator doors slammed open at the opposite end of the hall. Another figure, identical, stepped out. I ran past it, stairwell by stairwell, my breath loud in the silence. Behind me, doors banged open on their own, and whispers began. Low, unintelligible, echoing from every wall. "They're waiting for you." The voices were almost human, almost familiar, and I felt tears streaking down my face in panic. I finally burst out into the night, lungs burning, the forest around the building seeming alive with shadows that moved with a will of their own. I dove into my truck, slammed the door, and started the engine. The gravel screeched under the tires as I sped down the dirt road. When I looked in the rearview mirror, the clinic's windows glowed faintly, and I swear I saw figures pressed against the glass, watching me. Hollow eyes, featureless faces, standing silently in every room. The lights went out as I crossed the tree line, leaving me in total darkness. My phone buzzed, one bar of signal, and I called dispatch. The clinic... Something's wrong. I think they're alive in there. The line went dead before anyone could respond. When I returned the next day, with backup and a flashlight team, the clinic was gone. Not a building, not a foundation, not even a disturbed patch of dirt. Just an empty clearing, the forest reclaiming the earth, as though the place had never existed. The package I delivered, I never saw it again. And the whispers, they never left my mind. Sometimes, when I drive by isolated areas at night, I see the faint flicker of lights in the distance, the glow of windows that shouldn't be there, and I wonder if Hollow Creek is still waiting, just for me. They're patient.
I had worked the night cleaning shift at corporate campuses for years, but Building 9 was different. From the outside, it looked normal enough, sleek, modern, windows reflecting the few streetlights nearby. But there was something about the way it stood, isolated, like it was waiting. Inside, the fluorescent lights hummed quietly as I pushed the mop along the polished floors. It smelled sterile, disinfectant, cleaning supplies, something faintly metallic that I couldn't place. Doors were locked, offices empty. I had the building to myself. At first, the night was boring, routine, but then the anomalies began. A door that had been locked moments before would be slightly ajar. A lab chair would rotate a few degrees from where I left it. Footsteps echoed in hallways I hadn't entered. Maybe fatigue, I thought, or my imagination. By 2:30 a.m., I was on the 4th floor, mopping a corridor lined with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the labs below. My reflection caught something out of place. A figure in lab C12, standing perfectly still. Hands raised, like reaching for something invisible. But the lab should have been empty. I froze. My flashlight trembled in my hand. When I blinked, the figure was gone. That's when I noticed the pattern. Every time I passed the lab windows, the figure appeared in a slightly different position, always watching me. The lights flickered in rhythm with its movements. Panic started to creep in. Doors opened and closed on their own. The elevator shuttled silently between floors, even though no one called it. Lab C12's card reader flashed red. Access denied. I knocked. Hello? Is someone there? Silence. Then a whisper, faint and chilling. Leave or stay forever. I stumbled back, heart hammering, and noticed footprints in the dust. They hadn't been there moments before. They led toward the stairwell. Against all instinct, I followed. The stairwell was wrong. Each flight felt impossibly long, steps stretching as though the building itself was alive. Shadows clung to corners. I felt it circling me. At the top, the exit doors had vanished. The ceiling opened into black nothingness, a low hum vibrating through my chest. Figures flickered in the glass walls, faceless, watching, waiting. The hum rose, morphing into whispers, hundreds of voices calling my name. I ran blindly, heart in my throat. Doors slammed behind me. Whispers became screams. Shadows lunged from corners that weren't there moments before. When I finally burst into the lobby, I expected the security desk, someone to explain it. Nothing. Just my reflection, twisted, surrounded by flickering shadows. I quit that night. I never returned. Even now, when I walk past glass-fronted buildings at night, I see reflections that shouldn't exist. Figures waiting, watching, always waiting. And if you stay, it will show you why.
I used to work as an overnight dispatcher for a small-town emergency call center in northern Minnesota. Most nights were uneventful. Drunk drivers, a deer hit on the highway, noise complaints, routine, predictable, comfortable. That changed when the calls from Ashbury Road began. The first came just after 1 a.m. A woman's voice, trembling, distant. "Please, he's coming back." I froze. "Ma'am, can you give me your address?" I asked. "221 Ashbury Road," she whispered. My stomach sank. The house had burned down years ago. No survivors. I chalked it up to a prank, but the fear in her voice was real. "Stay calm. Officers are on the way." The line went dead. The next night, same time, same voice. "He's outside again. Please don't let him in." And then the faintest whisper, "You are." I told my supervisor. He didn't believe me. Ashbury burned down 10 years ago. Electrical fire. Family of 3. Forget it. But I couldn't. I drove there myself. The road was overgrown, fog clinging to the trees. The house, or rather the ruins, sat like a shadow of memory. Burned beams, blackened foundation, the faint metallic smell of ash still in the air. Then I heard it, the ringing of a phone. It was coming from the rubble. I found it, a rotary phone, cracked and burned, receiver trembling. I picked it up. "Hello?" My voice echoed, a whisper. "He's inside now." I froze. The air smelled of burnt wood and hair. Shadows flickered just beyond my light. A figure emerged, tall, thin, flickering like smoke, eyes glowing embers. I ran. The radio in my car crackled on its own. Her voice whispered, "Please, he's coming back." I floored it, gravel spraying behind me. By the time I hit the main road, my hands shook too badly to grip the wheel properly. Later, police checked the call logs. Nothing, except my console had made an outgoing call at 1 a.m. to 221 Ashbury Road. I never touched it. I quit that night, left town, but every so often, at 1 a.m., my old radio crackles to life. Through static, her voice returns, "Please, he's coming back." And sometimes, another voice answers, "He never left."